If you stopped eating right now, this very second, how long before you were in real trouble? Most people guess a few hours, maybe a day. The real answer is far stranger than that. You are walking around with days of fuel stored on your body at all times. And the moment the food stops coming, your body quietly flips into a survival mode it has carried since long before grocery stores existed. It even begins, some scientists believe, to clean out and recycle its own worn-out parts. Here is what actually happens hour by hour when you stop eating. For the first few hours, nothing dramatic. You are simply running on your last meal, breaking the food in your gut down into glucose, the sugar your body loves to burn. As that supply runs down, your body reaches for its quick access reserves. Tucked inside your liver and your muscles is a stored form of sugar called glycogen, a kind of pantry your body keeps stocked for exactly this moment. Your muscles are a little selfish and mostly hoard their glycogen for their own use, but your liver shares, releasing its store into your blood to hold your blood sugar steady. And for a while, you barely notice a thing. Behind all of this sits one master switch, a hormone called insulin. Every time you eat, insulin rises and tells your body to pack energy away and keep it locked inside your fat. When you stop eating, insulin falls, and that falling level is the real signal that quietly unlocks the door to your fat stores. As long as you keep grazing and snacking through the day, insulin stays high, and that door stays shut tight. Go without for a while, and it finally begins to swing open. Then the hunger arrives, and this is where almost everyone misreads their own body. As your blood sugar dips, your stomach releases a hormone called ghrelin, the signal you feel as hunger. Most of us assume hunger is a rising line, that it only grows and grows until you cannot stand it. It does not work that way. Ghrelin comes in waves, and those waves are tied to the times you normally eat. When your usual lunch hour passes, a wave rolls in. Ride it out, and something surprising happens. The wave breaks, fades, and you feel steady again, even though you still have not eaten a bite. Push through one of those waves, and you might also turn snappish and irritable, the state people call hangry, as low blood sugar nudges your body to release a little adrenaline to prod you back toward food. Your hunger was never a countdown to collapse. It was a scheduled reminder, and a reminder can go unanswered. Somewhere around a day in, give or take, the pantry runs low. Your liver's store of glycogen is small, only enough to carry you through roughly a day of ordinary activity. And once it starts running dry, your body faces a real problem. Your brain is a glutton for glucose, and it refuses to simply power down. So your body makes a decision that changes everything. It flips what scientists call a metabolic switch and turns to the enormous energy reserve you have been carrying the whole time, your fat. This is the moment the entire system pivots. Your body begins breaking body fat down into fatty acids and, most importantly, into a special backup fuel called ketones. Most of your body can burn fatty acids directly, but your brain cannot use them at all. Ketones are the clever workaround. They slip across into the brain and feed it in place of sugar. And within a few days, a fasting brain can run largely on ketones instead of glucose. Meanwhile, your liver quietly tops up the difference, building a trickle of fresh glucose from spare parts, so the handful of cells that truly need sugar never go short. You have stopped eating, and yet nothing has panicked. Your body has simply changed what it burns. Here the story takes a genuinely strange turn into something your cells start doing once the food stops coming. It is called autophagy, which literally means self-eating, and the discovery of how it works earned a Japanese scientist named Yoshinori Ohsumi the Nobel Prize in 2016. In everyday life, your cells are always collecting junk, broken proteins, worn-out machinery, damaged little parts that no longer do their job. Autophagy is the cleanup crew. The cell wraps up its own garbage, breaks it apart, and recycles the pieces back into something useful. And one of the things that appears to ramp this process up is going without food. When no new building materials are arriving from outside, the cell turns inward and starts salvaging from within, tearing down the broken to rebuild the useful. A careful word here, because this is exactly where the internet loses its mind. Most of what we know about fasting and autophagy comes from studies in animals and in cells in a dish, not from clean experiments inside living people. So anyone who promises you the precise hour it switches on in your body is guessing. What is solid is the underlying idea. Your body carries a built-in, deeply ancient housekeeping system, and scarcity is one of the things that seems to wake it up. Feast and famine were the normal rhythm of life for almost all of human history, and our biology was shaped around surviving the famine, not just enjoying the feast. There is a tantalizing thread here, too. In animals, eating less over a lifetime has repeatedly stretched how long they live, and figuring out why has become one of the hottest questions in the science of aging. Whether the same holds for people is still being worked out, so it is a lead, not a promise. On a shorter time scale, many people who fast describe a strange mental clearness once their brain is humming along on ketones, though it usually arrives only after a rough day or two of fog and crankiness while the switch is still flipping over. So how long can a person actually last? Far longer than most people would ever believe, because body fat is an astonishing store of energy. The famous case is a Scottish man named Angus Barbieri, who in the 1960s went without solid food for a staggering 382 days in order to lose weight. He did it under close medical supervision, taking vitamins and drinking only calorie-free liquids, and he lost around 125 kilograms. That is not a stunt to copy. It is a window into how much reserve a human body can carry and how patiently it will burn through that reserve when it has to. But this survival mode has hard limits, and here is the sober part. Your body guards your muscle for a while, yet if a fast drags on and the fat runs low, it will start breaking down muscle for fuel, including, in the end, the most important muscle you own, your heart. There is a hidden danger on the way back, too. After a long fast, eating too much too quickly can throw your body's chemistry into chaos, a genuinely dangerous condition, which is the very reason serious fasts are done with doctors watching closely. This is a story about what your body can do, not a plan you should run off and try. If you ever find yourself thinking about going without food for more than a short window, that is a conversation for a doctor, not for a video. Step back and take in the whole picture, though, and it is quietly astonishing. You are not a fragile machine that needs topping up every couple of hours. You are a creature built for uncertainty. You carry days of fuel on your frame, switch cleanly from sugar to fat when you need to, brew a backup fuel to keep your own brain lit, and use the empty stretches to tidy up your own cells. The hunger you feel an hour before lunch is not an emergency signal. It is an old, familiar wave, and your body already holds everything it needs to ride straight through it. Your body explained. This is Bodyling.